Hey team, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. I know we didn't get to have our weekly team huddle on Monday, so felt like I still wanted to get a message out, still wanted to kind of reach out to everybody from the beaches, saying hello. We're and have a great time down here in Myrtle Beach. Been great. Weather's been good, and it's been good to kind of unplug a little bit, but also still to be able to do a little bit of work from where we're at. And that's the beauty of this business. You can take this anywhere you go and you can still work it. We met some people the other day. Definitely be friending them on Facebook and connecting with them. So you're everywhere you go, your business goes, which is pretty cool. But I wanted to kind of give a message out today, a little bit more. This is kind of like, the pep talk, time for a coach talk, kind of kicking the pants, kind of like, sometimes your coach has to have a little bit of a heart-to-heart. And, there's a lot of distractions, a lot of things going on. And I've heard a few things back from people like, oh, nobody's buying anything, or it's slow. But I tell you, problems are universal across the board. Everybody gets their distributor kit put on their front porch, and everybody starts off the same way. Everybody starts at zero. And, some people I can tell right away. I mean, as soon as they're all excited and they get their kit, they're like, oh yeah, I'm ready to go, and they're all fired up, and they get their stuff, and then it's like it's one thing after another. We call it the excuses, and I can start to see it. I start to get texts from them, or, you reach out and they're like, oh, this, that, and some of it's fear, and it's taking a moment to be a little bit stronger as a coach. And sometimes it's fear, because I know a lot of times people really hesitate when it's time to set up those messages, okay? Or reach out to somebody or set up a meeting, right? And they're like, well, I'm going to wait till I can try the products and really feel confident about the products. Or, just next week when I get back to work and things get ready, then I'll be ready to go. So it's kind of like a procrastination. And don't fear. You can get past this. It's called fear, okay? And what does fear like? Fear likes time, okay? That's what it wants. It wants time. Okay? It wants you to think about a reason. Just like sometimes people are like, okay, I need to sit down and do some messages, or I need to call this 2 or 3 people I know be really good at this. But hold on, I'm going to organize my desk, or I'm going to go get a drink, or I'm going to go to the bathroom, and you procrastinate off of it. And guess what happens? Something else comes up, and it doesn't get done. Well, I'll do it tomorrow. And the same thing happens tomorrow. So here's the thing you do. You just got to do it. Okay, I'm telling you. The way I've gotten through it, you're not the only one, okay? You got to just do it. You just got to go pick up the phone, pick up the thing, start sending messages. Don't worry about the cool points. I'm telling you here. You send a message to somebody and they don't respond, I guarantee you 5 minutes later, they don't even remember that you sent them a message. Okay? Tell me the last person that messaged you on your phone. Tell me the third person who just texted you or sent you a message on Facebook. It's one in or out of the other. There's so much noise out there. So don't worry about the cool points. Don't worry about hurting their feelings, and you're not bugging them. Okay? What if you send that message and that person's thinking about right now Googling weight loss because they just put on 15 pounds because of the coronavirus and everything? Huh? What if? Okay, you don't know their situation. You don't know where they're at. Okay? So you don't let set fear. And don't make excuses. And this is probably the other thing too, is people will start to, I can start to tell you as soon as somebody's getting started as an associate, or somebody's been an associate, and you reach out to them and you just get this long text. And I start to read it, I'm like, I can tell you right now, I'm like, okay, this person's probably not going to last. They're going to probably quit in about 3 or 4 days. And I guarantee you what they did is they made 1 or 2 posts. They didn't get anything, and they're like, it doesn't work. I tried, it didn't work. Well, here, I'll tell you, for every post we make, we send out 10 to 15 other messages, okay? 10 to other 15 messages, and then a post, because it takes both, okay? It takes the message for person to know what you're doing and talking about. It takes the post to prove it to them sometimes. They got to see it before and after. They got to hear a shout out. They got to see the product, okay? Sometimes they see the post, don't quite know what it is, and then when you message them, they're like, oh, that might be what they're talking about, okay? So there's a lot of different things like that you got to do. But I'll tell you, as soon as the excuses start, I can tell you right away, man. I can tell you right away, I know what's going on. And some is people, it's fear. To some people, it's like, I don't know what to do, or I'm not making time for it. And because of that made time, they know it's not working. And instead of manning up and saying, you know what, it's on me. I'll tell you right now, you know what? The last 3 days, I'm not sending out enough messages like I typically do. But this afternoon, I had to man up. I had to tell my wife, I said, honey, I know we're on vacation, but I need to take some time. I need to spend some time with the business because that's important to us because it's gonna allow us to do more of this. It's going to allow us to do a lot more of this in a lot crazier places. We've already been on a lot of beaches. We're going to be on a lot more. Okay? It's going to allow us to have a lot more time with our kids who are out here. They're waving out there. You can probably see them. Okay, right there they are. Okay, they're out here. We're going to be able to take them places we never could have done without any other vehicle. But it takes some sacrifices sometimes. It takes putting time into it. And so I had to man up. I had to say, you know what, Andy? You got to put more time in this, or you're going to make these things happen. So you got to carve some time out here, an hour or two, and get some messages out and get some posts up. And so that's the same thing here. There's a lot of distractions. You can do a lot of things. But I'll tell you the other thing I had to do. I had to give up certain things. I had to give up soccer league. I had to give up TV time. I had to give up some family things, like a couple soccer games for my son, a couple of Grace's track meets and cross countries, birthday parties that were for nieces and nephews. I had to come to terms that, you know, if I don't find pockets of time and sacrifice in certain areas or give up certain things, you know, couldn't hang out at that bar after work, coming home from coaching. Couldn't do it. So, you know, you have to find places to sacrifice to have more time. If you don't have time, then you got to give up something to make time for this. But this is what I understand. I would spend more time doing this than anything else. I would spend more time doing this because it's going to pay residually for a lifetime, over and over and over again. So you might be at some point where you're like, hey, I'm out of the game, or we haven't done anything in a while. Well, you know what? You can get back in the game. You can start grinding it up. And I guarantee you, probably most of those people won't even watch this video. Okay? The people that are out of the game or thinking about getting out of the game, they won't even click play on this video. So the fact that you're watching this video this far, kudos to you. Rock, man. Boom, boom. Good stuff. Because you're taking time to put into yourself. You're training. You're getting yourself motivated. You're finding out what it takes. Okay? There's a lot of people who won't even click play. Won't even click play to better their future and make things better. Look what it's done for our life in just 12 to 13 months. Look what it did for Heather in 6 months. She came home as a mom. Okay, our daughter does not go in daycare because she decided she wanted to go to work. She wanted to get the baby down early. She wanted to get on Zoom. She wanted to send messages out when Jocelyn's napping. She found time. Okay, you know, Brett Buechler, that guy's so busy, he finds time. Okay, he makes sure he carves out time to build his business. So I'm just telling you, don't let procrastination steal your dreams. Don't let fear steal your dreams. You're better than that. Okay? And if you start sending a text to your leader and it's got excuses in it, or it's like, oh, I can't do it because this, and this, and this, and this, and this, or a message, start thinking. Because I started to tell Keith, I'm like, man, you know, we're on vacation. I started to say that, like, because he's asking how things are going. I'm like, you know what? That's excuses, Andy. You're not being the top of the leader you need to be. You need to carve some time out, and you need to get busy. You need to get on that phone. You need to start finding some people and get those messages out. That's what you need to do. Okay? And I'll tell you what, it's pretty cool when you can watch your son right there head out on the beach. Say, what's up, brother?
What's up?
Okay? Enjoy it, guys. Have a great day. I hope this gets you where it needs to be and gets people fired up because new products coming in 2 days. And then another roll of big time stuff in a couple weeks. Business changing. See ya.